Peace, fam. Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Monte. You know what it is. You know what I do. You know how it gets down. Again, guys, always lotioning up with that hemp skin care. Those products to keep the boy nice and smooth. Everything moving in the right direction. Got a few things we want to talk about today. When you come into the house, make sure you give a big thumbs up. Make sure you make it happen. Big thumbs up, first person in the house. Big shout out to you. Thumbs up when you come into the house, guys. We're dealing with formal education. We're dealing with religion. We're dealing with politics. Those things. Also, we're going to break down a few herbs, guys. A few things that you want to know about mineral deficiencies, guys. We want to deal with some of this mineral deficiency. We'll get that in and get that out the way before we get into the meat of the discussion we're going to have. Over on the chat side, guys, I got a list of the things that I'm going to talk about. I have a list of my emails. I have a link to my healthcare products as far as the hemp skin care is concerned, as well as what is going on with the what's up, Pratina White. Make sure I said that correctly. Give me a thumbs up if I pronounced that correctly. From Arkansas. Is it cold down there? It's cold over here in North Carolina where I'm at. So we're going to deal with the mineral deficiencies first, guys, and then we're going to break down why it is that I say formal education, politics, and religion are some of the things that are keeping you and I unfulfilled. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's cold over here as well. Switched up real quick. 2 weeks ago, it was still up in the 90s over here. Now it don't drop down into the 30s. But as the day goes on, it's going to get a little bit cooler. So a little warmer. So it'll be about 60. So that's a good, I don't mind that type of weather right there. I just don't want it too cold. I don't want it too hot. You know what I mean? What's up, Hard 54? Cali in the house. Hard, you up early there. I see you. You got to go into work today. What's going on with you? How Cali feel out there? Is it nice and warm? Have those fires calmed down out there in the Cali? All right, guys, let's break down a few things right here dealing with the mineral deficiencies. All right. So basically, guys, you want to make sure that you are getting the minerals that you need. We talked about herbs that really supply an abundant amount of minerals, such as the sea moss, which has 92 of the 102 minerals we are said to have need. Also, you can find it in that Celtic salt or the pink human land salt. It has, I believe, 82 of the minerals that the body needs. The one thing you want to understand, guys, we need salt. We just don't need that table salt. Salt is great for helping to balance out electrolytes. And if you have any type of kidney issues, it's key that you're able to replenish those electrolytes. If you're like I am, sometimes I deal with an enormous amount of frequent urination due to some kidney issues that I have. And what I finally realized why sometimes I'm off balance and not in the great equilibrium is because I think over the night I may have urinated out all my electrolytes. Maybe not all of them, but I depleted my electrolytes. Therefore, I've started to do coconut water, and I've started back on my Celtic salt regimen in the morning, taking like a pinch, placing it on the tongue, allow it to dissolve, and then drink that water. Also, what I'm engaging in right now is extra virgin olive oil and some Celtic salt, like a teaspoon of that first thing in the morning. It's great for providing the body with some of the fats that the body requires. All right. So let's break down this mineral deficiency real quick. Then we'll get into that topic. And be sure anything you want to say or have to say about what it is that I'm saying, feel free to say it. It's open discussion, guys. My goal is to make you think about and challenge everything that you've been taught that you didn't come up with yourself. I think we're too easily led astray by accepting things that have been given us and have been practiced and continue to be practiced, but yet are not being fulfilled or fulfilling for us as individuals and not really reaping the benefit full circle for the majority of the people. So we need to challenge anything that we've been given. And again, for us to sit around and just accept things without digging deep, and especially things that are not in line with nature, we're doing ourselves a disservice. We need to think. We are thinkers. That's why we got this brain. That's why we have the frontal lobe. That's why we have the ability to distinguish and discern between things. When we shut that down just because someone has told us that this is the way and that way is not benefiting us, then we are doing ourselves a disservice. All right. So let's deal with this mineral deficiency real quick. I'm going to read a few things. All right. So basically, minerals are of a necessity. They're necessity in growth, healing, energy, bone formation, nerve maintenance, and heartbeat regulation. Now back to that heartbeat regulation. I deal with what is called some supraventricular tachycardia. That means that my heart was speeding up and shutting down on me. One of the things that can cause that, along with a few more things, is again the lack of electrolytes in the body. So it may not actually just be the heart that is giving the issue. It may be some other organ in the body that is giving that type of issue, and your heart is responding because of what that organ is doing, i.e. the kidneys. If the kidneys are releasing a lot of the electrolytes out of the body, out of the body via urination or even defecation, then you may experience some type of heart arrhythmia or that. All right. So also, it says in America, the top 3 mineral deficiencies are magnesium, zinc, and chromium. Now, these things are essential in type 2 diabetes. Many individuals who have type 2 diabetes are lacking in these minerals. So if the individual is able to replenish the body with these types of minerals and those 3 specific minerals when it comes to diabetes, then the individual will be able to give themselves a better chance of overcoming the type 2 diabetes. I'm talking type 2 diabetes on this one. It says magnesium is responsible for over 300 bodily processes, meaning that it is absolutely essential that we have a balanced amount of magnesium in the body. There are different types of magnesiums. The Celtic salt has all 3. I believe there are 3 different types of magnesiums. The Celtic salt has all 3 of those in its mineral makeup. So you want to think about that as well. So it says zinc. We're dealing with zinc as well. Zinc handles the proper function of your immune and digestive system, reduces stress, and speeds healing. So zinc is absolutely essential as well. So again, guys, we want to make sure that we're eating foods that are going to provide us with the mineral makeup that we need. Herbs are great for having these minerals. And chromium, it says, is a risk for when you're lacking chromium, you're at risk for diabetes, atherosclerosis, chronic fatigue, low blood sugar, and mood swings. So again, guys, you see the importance of those things right there, guys. All right. So now let's move on to what it is we want to talk about. Again, guys, I wanted to discuss, the actual fact that these 3 things that I talked about earlier, formal education, politics, and religion, tend to be more detrimental to the majority of the individuals in this society than beneficial. Now, I'm not saying that these things cannot and are not beneficial. They are to a certain degree for a certain select group of individuals. For the majority of the individuals, especially the poor individuals, poverty, politics, and religion are 2 of the key things that help individuals to remain in that position, in that state of life, in my opinion, as well as politics. I like to ask individuals, when has politics in American history ever been able to reduce poverty and to eliminate poverty out of the equation? It hasn't been done. So our over emphasis and focus on politicians when we do that and we think that this is going to be the key to us being able to prosper in this society, we are dead wrong. Those politicians take care of those who fund them first and foremost. This is a fact. Many of us don't want to believe this, but this is the truth. Now, we get excited when we see, for those of us who are Black, African American, or whatever you want to call us, we get excited when we see a Black face in a powerful position. But that means nothing. Individuals in this society are controlled by money. So the key to eliminating poverty is to teach individuals how to become entrepreneurs and work in that realm. Tying into the belief system of a religion is all right with me, but that religion will not bring you out of poverty unless that religion is teaching you, or unless you already have the skills of an entrepreneur. Now, some of you guys will never be entrepreneurs and you will work for individuals. This is not something that I'm saying don't do, but what I am saying is anytime you're working for anybody else and you don't own what it is that you're working in and towards, then you set yourself up for anything that comes around if that individual decides to move on and move in a different direction. You can't run around here being dependent on others to do for you what you can do for yourself. We can work together with others, but we need to become more in line with trying to become entrepreneurs. That's the only key. That's the only thing that's going to relieve those individuals who are stuck in the misery of poverty from that poverty position. Now let's deal with the formal education. Formal education pretty much teaches us how to fit into a society and how to work for individuals who run and own the society. Now, again, I'm not saying that you having a job is something that you shouldn't have. What I am saying is, if you're not attempting to do things differently, if you're not trying to make things happen in a way that it is entrepreneurship of your own, then you set yourself up for whatever comes your way via another person's decision. And you don't want that. No one in society in their right mind wants to be at the mercy of another individual's decisions when it comes to their livelihood. And this is something that we've become too accustomed with. This is something that we've allowed ourselves to be conditioned into. That form of education, again, much of that can be done away with, guys. Much of that is not going to be beneficial to us in this society that is a capitalistic society. In capitalism, we need to learn the mechanisms of capitalism. We need to learn the functioning of money. School, primary school, the schools 1 through 12 rarely teach that. You understand what I'm saying? They don't teach us how to be financially stable-minded, financially equipped to fit into a society and move in a direction of ownership and entrepreneurship. What it teaches us is to be very educated in the field of things that are already set up for us so that we can fit into somebody's job. This would never, ever, ever, ever change the this would never change the condition of the people. Understand that. And again, we are too focused on voting. I hear a lot of individuals who attack me because I tell them I would never vote. And I ain't gonna say never. I tell them I would not vote and I would not be voting, but I would never vote on the basis of you trying to guilt me into voting or shame me into voting, saying that my ancestors died for me to vote. I don't buy that garbage, not one bit, as far as me being responsible to vote, because those who came before me chose to fight the system and try to acquire a vote. I applaud them for that, but I do not vote just because somebody else tells me to vote. Either that individual, what's up, Beverly Ann? Either that individual has to have a program that is in line with what it is that I believe, my core beliefs, or what it is that I want to see accomplished. If that is not the case, I don't care who it is. I'm not voting. That's just simple on that. Now, again, my premise for voting being overrated in a capitalistic society by poor people is this. Again, the money that buys the politicians that get into the powerful position is the need, is the money, those people are going to get their needs met. You understand what I'm saying? Politics is about capital. Those poor people who pool together and go and vote in one block for mostly the Democrats when it comes to the black people, the rural white people voting Republican. Neither one of those segments of this society are prospering. Those in rural white America who are poor, impoverished, but yet they claim the Christian religion, and yet they vote Republican, and yet they're still broke down and impoverished. They're doing themselves a disservice, just like those African Americans who are Democrats, who are poor and impoverished, and they still voting Democrat, and their financial state of being has not changed one iota. Again, so again, when it comes to politics, they do little or anything to help the financial situation of those who are impoverished. Therefore, again, you need to focus on becoming more of an entrepreneur. You need to focus on building your own. You need to learn how to do these things. And you need to really invest your time in learning a technical as well as a technological trait in order to be able to free yourself from the bonds of poverty. You can't put that in the hands of politicians. Your religion definitely is not going to do that for you. It's been like that from day one. Those who are in that impoverished condition and are religious, most of them remain impoverished throughout the whole lifespan while they're still loyal to their religious belief, never spending time to develop the skills necessary to become an entrepreneur, to free themselves from the bonds and the misery of poverty. Again, politicians, religious leaders, and formal education does very little to relieve you of that misery, guys. So we have to be able to move forward. We have to be able to move beyond. I got about 3 more minutes, guys. I got to move on to something else. I'm invested in a program called ClickFunnels in order to be able to learn how to market and do direct marketing with my products. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of study, learning a lot of the technological things that I don't have and don't know. What's up, Kate? I feel you. I'm with you 100% on that. And again, like I said, I don't tell other individuals not to vote. You do what you do. It's my position that, again, the reason why I don't vote are for particular specific reasons. And if a politician moves forward and he really addresses those needs and those positions, then I might be willing to vote. But until then, you can't shame me into voting. You can't guilt me into voting. And you can't convince me that me voting is going to change my financial position in this life. I want to see where the votes have done to change the financial conditions of the poor people over the last 50 years in this country. Not talking about the last 100 years, but we just talking about 50, my lifetime. You know what I mean? Show me the difference that the politician and your vote has changed the political and the financial well-being of those who have been impoverished. I'm talking about inner city poverty. I'm talking about rural poverty. I'm talking about black poverty. I'm talking about white poverty. Again, these individuals on the far extremes of poverty on their dueling sides, the poor white, who is usually Republican, for no reason beyond the fact that they despise black people for most of them because it's not benefiting them in a financial way at all. They claim religion is one of the keys for them doing it. Again, the blacks who are engulfed in poverty, they go with the Democrats. Democratic Party has done little or nothing financially to change the condition of the blacks in the inner cities. Matter of fact, under the Democratic Party of leadership of President Clinton, blacks went deeper into the hellhole because of the NAFTA trade agreement and those type of things. Again, you don't do your research. You just follow what people tell you to do. We need to think. You don't want to think. I'm here to make you think. Don't care if you like me or not. Really don't matter if you stop following me. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna continue to do what it is that I'm gonna do because I believe what it is that I'm doing is something that's gonna be beneficial to myself and many others if we only listen. You understand what I'm saying? And stop following the lead of everybody in anything. All right, guys. So I'm about to get on up out of here. For those of you who stopped in, thanks for stopping in again. I got 50% off all my products, guys. Hemp skincare products, the CBD oils, the herbal products, those things that are going to be great for the skin, internally and externally, and all those other things that comes along with the benefit of getting into your system. Those things that are very, very helpful for the system as far as the herbs are concerned, as far as the plant-based nutrition, etc. Again, 50% off. The link is in the chat, guys, for that. And also, if you have any questions, you can email me at Beyond Competition. That's in there as well. If you want to go ahead and jump in and get those products right at 50% off today, you can just go to PayPal, pick out your products, pay in PayPal, and I send it to you. You should get it within 3 days if you're in the United States. All right, guys, sending you peace and love, guys. Peace.